How we doing, guys? So, first off, let me just take a second to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving. I know this is a great time of the year to have gratitude and give thanks for all the things that we have. I know we all spend a lot of time thinking about the things that we want and maybe not appreciating the things that we have, relationships and all the other things in the world that we worked hard to try to accomplish. So hopefully everybody has an opportunity to do that and has a very enjoyable and happy Thanksgiving. So this is a very special competitive situation. The Iron Bowl, Auburn's got a very good team. And I know in rivalry games, things are always going to be very, very competitive, and I don't think records or any of that stuff really matters when it comes to what happens in this game. So I think for our players, it's what do you choose to pay attention to? There's a lot of things out there that in rivalry games can get your attention, but we have a plan, and everybody's got to know the plan, whether it's offense, defense, special teams, or whatever. All right, we have a process that we've been working on how to execute that plan for a long time, all season long. All right, so hopefully we want to focus on the process of what we got to do to execute it. And then we got to have a sense of purpose for why is it important, to be able to have an opportunity to be successful in that game so that, we can stay focused on the right stuff. So that's kind of my message to the guys, and that's what I'd like for them to stay focused on. And because at the end of the day, it's going to be, kind of what happens on the field. And I think it's always been in this game, people talk about all the things that have happened, but basically in my experience, the team that plays the best is the team that has the best chance to be successful, and that's the way it's always worked out in the past.
Starting with Charlie.
Yeah, hey, Coach, just quickly, do you have an update on how Deontay Lawson and Jalen Key have progressed?
Yeah, they both practiced, quite a bit this week, and, I just see how they continue to progress.
You've coached against Hugh Freeze before, obviously. I mean, what characteristics do you see similar or different with this team that he has here as compared to the past teams you've coached against?
Well, he's, to me, one of the best offensive coaches in the country in terms of taking the personnel and the players he has and, doing what he needs to do to help them be successful. And, they present a lot of multiples that, give you problems to try to stay gap sound against the run. And, they've done a good job all year with it. So, our players are going to have to be zeroed in on making the adjustments that we need to make. And I'm sure we'll probably see something different in the game than what we practice. So, I think Hugh's one of the best, most difficult preparations, that we have when we play against his offenses.
What have you seen from Auburn running back Jaquez Hunter, and what is it the key to stopping a running back like that?
Well, first of all, it's a little bit of what I just said about staying in the right places and adjusting correctly to the formations and motions and adjustments and unbalanced and, all that kind of stuff. But this guy runs hard. He's physical. He's hard to tackle. Good tackling is really important, to playing good defense anytime. So being gap sound, everybody doing their job, playing discipline, responsibility football, and doing a good job of tackling, but getting more than one guy to the ball so we can clean up the tackles and not let this guy get yards after contact.
Finish up here with Ryan.
Coach, with Thanksgiving tomorrow, what is the logistical thing that you guys do? Is it like a 2-hour radius you let guys go? How does that work? And obviously you'll be eating Thanksgiving. What's the go-to meal for you? What do you go for?
Well, if we move everything up an hour tomorrow so that the players that live in a 2-hour radius, will be done at 4:30-ish, and they got a chance to go home and have Thanksgiving with their family, take other players if they want. The coaches, including Ms. Terry and I, have players who don't have a place to go. We have them over to our house. So I think we have about 15 players to our house to join our family for Thanksgiving. And then, we come back. We usually do one reel after practice on Thursday. We don't do that till Friday when the players come back. And then we have a Thanksgiving dinner for all the families, players and coaches alike, on Friday, I think around noon. And then, you know, at 1 o'clock, you know, we start the process of meetings and walkthroughs and things that we would normally have on Friday, and get ready to travel and get ready to roll. So that's kind of the adjustments that we make relative to Thanksgiving.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
All right, thank you.